Good evening, night, whatever time zone you're in, to fellow vampires, insomniacs, and the war wounded? Why did my mind come up with that? I think that's from a Mitchell and Webb sketch. Anyway, this is very different to... Maybe it's not that different. This is somewhat different to what I normally do, in that I'm not currently playing a game. I'll probably ramble my way through the multiple different reasons for doing this as I go along, and I'll probably repeat myself a lot, but eventually some of it might make sense. Essentially, in a nutshell, I very often can't sleep. My sleep pattern gets totally fucked, and I kind of wanted to do something fun and or productive with that, rather than just sort of banging my head against the wall. And I figured maybe a lot of other people are in that position, in which case do something like this. There was also a side of it that was because as much as I've tried to, with the aesthetics and the music and everything of this, as you'll see as we go on, I've tried to create a kind of midnight vibe, late night, dreamlike, surreal, but chill sort of vibe. Liminal, I believe the kids call it these days. That may well be shattered as soon as the stream actually starts and you have me talking as the neurotic bundle of nerves that I always am. It's especially good when your voice breaks saying the word neurotic, like it did there. But yeah, so basically my normal streams, which were meant to be a kind of regular form of content, they were meant to be a bit more quantity over quality, because I always lean in the opposite direction, trying to do quality over quantity. And I mean, that I still think that is a good way to go, but I get a bit perfectionist about things. And so my regular gaming streams, as much as I still enjoy doing them, they are a bit more intensive. I've sort of got it down to a couple of hours usually of what I like to think is quite high quality, albeit improvised comedy and gaming stuff. Anyone who's watched them might have found that funnier than any of the jokes during them. But that's the goal. And so with this, I just thought, well, see, this was the other side of it. As much as I like the kind of long, the LP, the playthrough of an entire game from start to finish, especially if I've never played one before, I do like that, and I like the progression of that, and I like to complete that for a sense of closure and a journey and all that. And we did that with Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, I say last year. I think we started that in May of 2023, and that just wrapped up. Technically, in terms of live streams, I finished it in October, which is still not great, but the uploads didn't finish until the end of last month, January, that is, of 2024. That's getting... We're locked in for quite a while with something like that, and I got to thinking, well, what if I just want to play some other game, or just for a one-off with no pressure of progression, completing it, or even quality, let's say. And so I thought this would be a good way to do that. And I've often found as well, weirdly, that oh, I see. Right. Sorry, got someone not in the chat, but in my actual phone chat telling me that the chat is not working. Okay, I will endeavour to still see messages somehow, but oh yeah, the other thing bears mentioning, these are always prone to technical difficulties. it could be even more so with this. This is very free form, slapdash. Free form sounds nicer than slapdash, doesn't it? Anyway, shit's gonna fuck up because this is my first time doing this, and even when it's my umpteenth time doing it, it will probably still. What was I saying? Yes, so we get locked into those LPs for quite a while, and this is a way to not do that. It won't always be gaming, it will be whatever, really. We've got a couple of things today, a couple of games that I might do, but just some other stuff as well. And sometimes it'll just be this, chatting shit into the void until I feel more tired. But, you know. Yeah, so I can only get so many things up on my phone at once, i.e. WhatsApp, the stream, and the stream chat, so I'll do my best to catch all messages coming in from everywhere. Not that there's many, but, you know. So, yeah, we will definitely have some things. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing, is that, because often I stream sort of afternoon, evening time, and I would find myself sometimes after those streams getting into a headspace where I thought, shit, I wish I was streaming now, because it suddenly, I felt better at it. And I think what that is not necessarily better, it's that fatigue lowers your inhibitions and your filters. So these kinds of streams, being as it is 22 minutes past 1, we have a handy timer there for whatever we need it. Yeah, probably going to be chatting a lot of shit. Arguably already have. But that is sort of the premise of these. Unscheduled, unpolished, a lot of the time unrecorded, in fact, as well, which is worth mentioning. I'll probably have some record of them, but in terms of uploading them onto the channel, unless they're particularly good or valuable in some way, I'm just going to let a lot of these dissipate into the ether, which is very against my nature. I'm very much a kind of, again, there's two ways to describe this. I would say historian. Some would say hoarder. But, you know, I like to keep record of things, partly because my memory's shit. But, you know, but there is something to be said for live events and just letting a thing be in the moment. So that's kind of what these are. But there's no, you know, hard and fast rules. Like I say, if people start thinking they're any good, if anyone shows up to them, maybe I'll start putting them on the channel. But, you know, very much trying something new. Probably going to wear my voice out. I didn't think about that. Good job I haven't got a social thing tomorrow that involves a lot of speaking. Oh, well. We wouldn't be here if schedules were running to plan and sleep patterns were working. So, yeah, and I may have forgotten some parts, but in fact I definitely have. But as I say, we'll probably repeat this multiple times, the whole premise of everything. So miraculously, as best I can tell, everything is working in that the very simple setup of a person talking over some stock footage is a setup. I will just check, so apologies for double me. Well, yep. Actually seems less of a delay than usual as well, which is odd. Cool. So, see, this is what I mean about this. Is a lot of this is going against my nature. In that, I don't know. I'm in my normal streams. I'm very much about not dead air, and so this is trying to chill the fuck out, basically, as much as is possible. And basically what happened there was was about to say, without further ado, let's get on with something. But no, that's the point. We'll get to it whenever we get to it, whatever it is, if there is even anything. These are going to end... I was going to say these might end up like some kind of meditation thing. I don't think they will. It will probably just remain the ramblings of a madman trying to maintain some kind of resting heart rate. In terms of things we might do on it, I've had a few thoughts. A lot of the time it probably will be gaming things. But I considered briefly that some people do like editing streams of things they're working on, and as mentioned, because of the quality over quantity thing, a lot of my videos on the main channel are in the works for quite a while. Some of them an unsettlingly long time. And so I thought that might be cool. And people, if they're interested in that process, you know, you're sort of getting work done while creating another thing. But then I tried to envision it actually happening, and I don't think, at least at the moment, I could be in the right headspace for it. I think you have to be very, very at ease on camera, so to speak, or being broadcast, in order to do that sort of thing. I know YMS does them. Your Movie Sucks. I'm sure lots of other people do, but he's one of the main I've seen. Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to switch mindset correctly. I'd either be in this mode, which is marginally performative, trying to form sentences, or editing mode, which is very much kind of hunkered down, tunnel vision, you know, thinking about all the jigsaw pieces fitting together. So, I mean, I could be totally wrong. It could work, but at the moment, I don't know about something like that. But that's fine, because there's plenty of other stuff, which, yeah, we'll saunter on over to. So, Glowstone Fishing, who is a regular in the chat and an IRL person who I know, sent me a thing earlier. He didn't actually even know I was going to do this yet, but I said to him, oh, that happens, that could be quite a good thing to do on this new stream I'm doing. Oh, excellent. And FFFFFF says, ooh, it works in full screen. Oh, excellent. I'm glad. Ways have been found. Lost my train of thought now. Oh, yes. And what he sent me was a website called Guess the Game. Is it .com? I don't actually know, because it's one of them funny ones. But anyway, if you type Guess the Game into your respective search engine, you will find it. Let's see if I can get this working. There we are. And yeah, so today's one, I initially did it on my phone. I redid it here. I got it in 2 goes, despite having never seen or played the game. Oh, there's some glitching happening there. Well, there was on my end. Let me check the Monitor. Making it sound even more fancy with that, but it's actually just my phone. I think maybe that was just because I was on the border of tabbing out to it. Anyway, I guess this one, it was Golden Axe, and never seen or played that game. I just knew it was an old one. But what they do have is previous days. They have a lot of previous days, as you can see. And so I thought, yeah, go through that. You know, it's gaming related, so it's familiar stuff. A lot of them I probably won't get, depending when they are, because, you know, can't play everything. I noticed, actually, I think, yes, tomorrow, that's going to be a very nebulous term in these streams. Tomorrow's one has technically arrived, so we could start with that one and then go back to the start. And as an overarching thing, just for anyone who checks in, I think I put in the description of this one guessing games, i.e. this, and racking brains, which is something I was talking to FFFFFF about. Let me know if you want me to say that every time, or you're fine with me just using your name. Yeah, basically I had a song stuck in my head, and for the life of me I cannot fucking find it. And there was so yeah, and it's this Mandela effect thing, because I'm now starting to doubt that it ever existed. Basically, as I explained this to FFFFF, the bit stuck in my head, the lyrics are "Don't let the sun go down on me." And that's like the chorus lyrics, but I feel like they can't be the song title, because if you search for that, all you overwhelmingly get, exclusively, is, well, not quite exclusively, but overwhelmingly it's Elton John, possibly an Elton John and George Michael thing, but Elton John's song, "Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me," which I hadn't heard before, and definitely wasn't the song I was thinking of. In fact, if you want a hot take, I think it's a bit mediocre. At least by Elton John's standards. He's got some bangers, but yeah, that was a bit... But anyway, definitely not the song I was thinking of. And yeah, I just can't find it, and so I'm starting to feel like I'm being a bit gaslit. I could sing how it goes, this bit in my mind, but I'm incredibly reticent to, because that involves singing. But yeah, so I could only find the Elton John song. The only other one I could find was by Jerry and the Peacemakers. I almost said Jerry and the Pacemakers. I mean, they are an older group, but maybe they changed their name to that now. Actually, they're probably all dead by now, but which was something like, "Don't let the..." Oh, I can't even remember it now. "Don't let the sun cry." The cry was in there somewhere. "Don't let the sun harsh your mellow." And hang on, let me just find whatever the hell that was. There'll be a lot of twanking back and forth between screens and going to intermission and all this sort of jibber jabber on this. So yeah, "Don't let the sun go down on me." That's overwhelmingly Elton John. But then there was also "Don't Let the Sun Catch You Crying" by... Oh, it is Pacemakers. Probably meant in the sense of making pace, not the device you have for your heart. But it's neither of those. So who knows what the fuck it is, or where. My mind is telling me it might be like Boney M for some reason, but then I don't really know them well enough to say for certain. It was a group, I think, almost certainly, not just a single artist. But anyway, that's our ongoing mystery, basically. So we can have fun with that. Get the quiz back. Quiz? Fuck are you talking about? So yeah, let's do a bit of this. Day 631. So yeah, I didn't actually say what this does, but as you can see, gives you a screenshot from the game. And you have to guess. I think you have 6 tries. It gives you a different screenshot for each one. I don't know if it's so involved that like they progressively become easier. Oh, FFFFF says, try Won't Let the Sun Go Down by Nick Kershaw. Oh, that's a thing, isn't it? That's, oh yeah, I'm going to have to be somewhat careful about what I tab out to here. That's fine. There's nothing... The worst you saw there were my YouTube subscriptions. I don't know if I'm going to be able to check that here because potentially I'll get copyright struck. All I have to ensure is that it doesn't play through this, don't I? And how will you ensure that, Steve? Good question, me. Okay. Wonderful. I think I have a solution. Won't Let the Sun Go Down. Nick Kershaw. Why did I think Nick Kershaw is like a Radio 1 DJ or something? Who knows? FFF says, it's what I heard in my head when you described it earlier. Just check later. Ah, no, see, I've faffed around too much now. So we'll check it now. So basically, I will go to intermission briefly, play this very quickly, see if it was the one I was thinking of. It's a way to test the intermission works as well. Right. Is it Nick Kershaw? Yes, it was. That was the one I was thinking of. Not Boney M, then. In fact, very much not. In fact, a group of white guys. But anyway. Yeah. God knows why I had that stuck in my head. Probably something my mum listened to a bunch when I was a kid. And then it's one of those, like the Cause. It just get branded into you because it's about 1984, I think. So, anyway, still, I like that song. Good, mystery solved then. Don't know. Now, I suppose the other mystery is why I thought Nick Kershaw was a Radio 1 DJ. Nick Grimshaw is a Radio 1 DJ. Ah, we've solved the other mystery. Look at us piecing together a vaguely functioning brain across the span of hours. Right, now for more mysteries. Assuming I've done that correctly, I think I have. Right, well, I have to say that's a pretty tricky one to start with. It's grass. Could be from fucking anything. My initial thought was Metal Gear Solid 3. So I guess I'll guess that. Does it have to be the full title? Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater by Hideo Kojima in year 1830. 18? No. Ah, okay. So, right, I think what it is it's a screenshot, but it zooms out with each successive guess. It's also given us the Metacritic score, which may or may not be useful. Okay, this is now leading me to believe it's some kind of top-down strategy thing, maybe an RTS, medieval fantasy kind of thing. I don't know the names of many of those off the top of my head. And it seems fairly pixelated, so I want to say, like, yeah, the 2000s kind of era. God, I can't think of any of those games. So I'll just go with the only RTS I can think of, which is pretty shoddy affair. It definitely isn't Halo Wars, but here we are. Okay. Oh, this is almost seeming like it's not Civ. Well, unless it's one of the earlier Civs, because I only started with 5. Age of Empires is another one, isn't it? And then... Oh, annoying that Glowstone Fishing isn't here, because those are right up his alley, and he's tons of them. There's Tropico is one, but I think that's, as you might imagine, set in tropical climes, which doesn't seem to be this. Let's try Age of Empires. I don't know which one. Maybe the drop down will help. No, it hasn't really, because obviously it's not going to give you the year, is it? There's Age of Empires 3, and then there's Age of Empires 3. Why have you alternated between the Roman numerals? I'm going to go with 2. And if it's not 2, I'll just try the others. Oh, hang on. What did that mean? Franchise. Ag. What does that mean? Does it mean I got the right franchise? Yes, this is very medieval. There's a big galleon ship there. There's a sneaky little insidious English flag there. Or British flag. Fucking no. And something talking about a static deck, which I will assume is the deck of a ship and not a turntable deck or anything. Real-time strategy, yeah, so I was right on that front. Okay, it's not 2. Perhaps it were 3. But now we have 2 potential 3s, which feels unfair on me. Stick with the Roman numerals. Yes, Age of Empires 3. And we got it in 4. That's not bad. This is almost making me feel smart. Almost. Nice. Did you get it at home, kids? No. I wonder if we'll notice any significantly easier ness. That's a good speaking, isn't it? Like if they were easier at first or they didn't quite have things together. We'll find out. Well, shit. I mean... Nah, I feel like even if you if you don't know, that's... Oh, maybe that's just bias for me. That I absolutely know what this is, but I wonder how difficult that is if you didn't. And it's not even the fact that, like, Mass Effect series, like, because of where they are, the planet they are on, that can only be Mass Effect 3. Because that is the... Oh dear. Here he is bigging himself up as a big Mass Effect fan, and he can't remember the fucking name of the fucking... No, Brain, they're not called tardigrades. Why do you keep throwing the word tardigrade at me? It doesn't even begin with a T. It's not Targaryen either. You fucking numbskull. The Quarians, obviously. Yes, fucking idiot. Very glad I'm not keeping a record of these. All my Mass Effect cred just went down the drain. But anyway, what I was going to say, and try and sound smart, was that that's the Quarian homeworld, I'm pretty sure. Which you only reach in Mass Effect 3. And spoilers, if you done fucked up some of the moral choices and relationships, she throws herself off that cliff. So don't be a bad Commander Shepard. Then again, it's not the best game, so maybe being bad is just apt. Again, are we going to have this on all of them? And yet it's only 3 that is dicing with Roman numerals. Well, I'm going to go with what I remember on the box art, which was always numbers. So, watch it be fucking Mass Effect 2 now. No, I nailed it. Great. I wasn't worried at all. Oh, I see. They would have accepted both answers. Fine. Show guesses. My guesses or other people's? Ah, okay. Would have been interesting to see others. Well. That... Oh, does that go straight to the next? It do. This one less immediately obvious. Again, actually no, I'm going to say earlier than 2000 or early 2000s to late 90s. Going by the graphical fidelity. Snowy cave place. It's not this, but it's making me think of the I think the first or second level of Time Splitters 2. But that's in like a Siberian military base, and the camera sort of whips round and zooms in on your character. I think he's in like a... I don't know, it's not a cave anyway, it's like a building structure, but the geometry reminded me of that. Anyway, this is not that. I have no idea what this is. Could be fucking anything. Morrowind. That probably had icy caves. Let's go for that. Not actually played that one. No. Okay, now this almost seems Zelda-esque. Like you could head up that way and find the Goron place. Metacritic score of 99% would also suggest something like Zelda. Because, well, I don't check Metacritic that often these days. It used to be that it was only really a lot of first-party Nintendo games would hit the high scores of that. FFF says, like that, not that, but like that. Exactly, but not exactly, just similarly. This could also be something like... No, not Tomb Raider, but some... I'm trying to work out if that is... What generation that is between N64 and GameCube. I'm leaning... Oh, it's hard now, isn't it? This is where you have like warped memories and shit, because all the games that you thought looked amazing when you were a kid look like dog shit now. But it was the best graphics were at that time. And then there's the whole added wrinkle that people worked out that those games do actually, on like an objective level, look worse now, because they were sort of designed for like CRT TVs and old style things like that. So whenever they're emulated now through something more advanced, they actually look worse than they did on technology of the time, which is interesting. Doesn't help us here, but you know. Okay, fuck it, let's go with that. How much do I have to put in here? Because Legend of Zelda's titles are increasingly long-winded. It was Ocarina of Time. Excellent. The one that I can never remember if I've actually played. I'm almost certain I have. Yeah. I'm doing pretty well at this. Tree. Even the... It's so... I'm thinking quite low in terms of graphical fidelity, but then... There's something about it. Something about it is saying PC game. It's a fucking tree. It could be anything. Yeah. I don't know. What game has a big tree in it? Elden Ring. Right. Yeah, that a bit of mountain, a night sky with stars in it. Yeah, I don't know. Attack of the Tree People. No results found? What? What do you mean? Disney's American Dragon Jake Long Attack of the Dark Dragon. Yeah, sure, why not? It wasn't? Oh, okay, so it's definitely not the same screenshot zoomed out. This is now making me think Long Dark, actually. Although there's probably a lot of survival games, and even not survival games, that could have a scene like this. There seems to be some kind of graphical mishap happening over here. Some shrubbery or brush not flush with the ground, and the ground is meant to be icy rocky, if I had to guess. Go with what you know. Let's see if it is. Maybe it's the ending of The Long Dark that no one will ever play. No. Oh, okay. Oh, right. Well, this... I feel like if you know it, this makes it painfully obvious, but... okay. So it's PC, PS4, Xbone, and Switch. Not great trees, considering the generation. I mean, I don't want to, like, shit on an indie developer or something, but... FFF says, I cannot contribute to these, but Attack of the Trees was glorious. It was a classic of its time. No matter what anyone says, even the, you know, all those racial elements that haven't aged very well. I mean, I don't think we should judge them too harshly on that. It was stellar in terms of gameplay. So this... So Spaceship, obviously, things coming to mind, and I know it's none of these, but when I saw this, I first thought Ratchet and Clank, but then it looked a bit too goofy, so I thought Banjo-Kazooie, even though I'm not sure there is a spaceship in Banjo-Kazooie. And then I'm back to thinking some kind of survival game. But a survival game with a spaceship. And of course Ratchet and Clank is third person, so assuming this is from the player's view, you wouldn't see it like that. This might be the first one that stumps us, I'm going to be honest. Because if this is just some... I don't know. I feel like they wouldn't pick incredibly niche PC games, like from the, bottom of the barrel Steam things. The kind of things I look for, basically. Because then you really are making it too difficult. So it's a kind of ramshackle spaceship. It's got some... I assume that's a teleporter of a kind. On a foresty planet. Could be Earth, could be somewhere else. Ooh, I've not played this. But is it possibly the Outer Wilds that I hear so much about? Oh, it's... Yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one, but the Outer Worlds and Outer Wilds will forever get mixed up. I remember when they were first coming out and everyone was like, oh, this is annoying, but thankfully, over time we'll get used to it. I don't think anyone has. I still see people getting them mixed up all the time. And we have played the Outer Worlds on stream. I believe it was the third game we ever streamed. And the second one, completely blind. Yeah. I remember saying I was going to go back and do the DLC for it, but I never did. And frankly, the interest isn't there now. From me, I mean. I'm intrigued about the sequel, though. If it leans more into the corporate satire thing, then that'll be right up my street. But anyway, Outer Wilds? ? It was. I'm better at this than I expected. Ooh. America or Australia. Yes. Australia the game. You could make that, to be fair. Australia pretty much is like a survival game. Caelid. No. It's... really is just scenery, isn't it? There's nothing... Telltale... A Telltale game? No. Telltale in the background. Although I keep looking at these here. Can I zoom in? No. In case that's something significant or landmarky. Didgeridoo, Way of the Warrior. No? What? Was I the only one who played that? Damn. See, now I've played 2. Red Dead Redemption 2. I haven't played 1. So I know 2 doesn't go anywhere like this, I'm pretty sure. But maybe 1 does? It's the best I can think of. Nope. Oh, complete opposite end of the climate, seemingly. Metacritic score 89%. Ah, wonderful. Because that's not the most middle of the road sort of score ever. FFFF says, going to have to dip. Good luck with Ameristralia. See, that flows much better off the tongue, Ameristralia. But yeah, no, cheers for tuning in. At whatever all this is. Yeah, I shall see you about. Hope you get some sleep, as is the kind of overarching thing of this. Hope everyone in this position gets some sleep, but if not, here we are doing this. What are we at now? 2 a.m. Still pretty early. That's not even the witching hour yet. Oh, The Witcher. No, it definitely isn't that. I'm not sure The Witcher's ever gone to a desert, has it? Far Cry 2? Just thinking, in terms of environments, those games are always heavy on the setting, but I don't think so, no. Huh, okay, this is a bit more. This almost seems like concept art. Ruins, so post-apocalyptic? Bit too pleasant looking to be The Last of Us. See, when I saw the first one, I almost thought Horizon Zero Dawn, but then I couldn't remember any desert-like places there. But now seeing this, it's brought that to mind again. Original platform PS4, so it could be. Yeah, let's go for that. Horizon generic forgettable title. It was. Hey. Wow, I haven't lost a single one of these yet. Gonna get all big-headed. Oh, okay. So, clearly either quite a while ago or an indie game. So I'm thinking of all the sort of pixelated ones I can think of. Stardew Valley immediately comes to mind, but I'm pretty sure there's nothing like that in this. Could be like a point-and-click adventure game. The old LucasArts ones. Unfortunately, I don't know the names of many of those. Those are a bit before my time. Or at least out of my reach. Let's go with the ones we do know. The Secret of Monkey Island. It was... Wow! Holy shit. I mean, of course, it was The Secret of Monkey Island. I knew it immediately. Huh. If there was a mastermind for video games, maybe I could achieve something with my life. GTA-esque is what immediately comes to mind. Maybe not GTA itself, but certainly one of its ilk, perhaps. Driver. Oh, that's apparently the only other one I can think of. And Driver wasn't... I don't know. You could argue it was a GTA clone. I'm not actually sure which came first. Driver's been around quite a while. That was at least... I think that goes back to PS1. But then so does Grand Theft Auto. Who can say? Well, let's try both. And if it's neither of those, brains will be racked. Yeah, it has to be 3 onwards, doesn't it? Because that's the only... Before then, they were top-down. It was Grand Theft Auto 3. Okay, either these are quite easy, or I've found a new calling. On the PlayStation 1. Now, that seems very difficult and very vague, and yet within a second of seeing it, I feel like I knew it. So it would be very embarrassing if it's not this. But I feel like that is Resident Evil 4. There is some doubt creeping into my mind because of the graphical fidelity on the foot. That maybe it's a bit earlier than that or something different. No, it was. Wow. For something as loose and unplanned and something I was fairly unconfident in, this haphazard stream may end up giving me a massive self-esteem boost. Half-Life? Again, haven't played those. What? You haven't played Half-Life? Yeah, I know. One day. Is it 1 or 2? Gonna go with 1, I think. And then they also have Half-Life 2 Episode 1 and Episode 2. God, that's not fair, is it? Maybe that doesn't help narrow it down. No. And yet 95% Metacritic score, but it's not the Half-Life games at all. Otherwise it would have been yellow if it was the right franchise. But it's something very, very good. Well, this is just shit, isn't it? This is just rubble and paving tiles and things. You could maybe guess something post-apocalyptic from this, but I don't know if those are cobwebs going on there. Oh, incidentally, I could make this a bit better for viewers, couldn't I, by zooming in a tad for those playing along at home. Yeah, definitely. I want to say PS3, Xbox 360 era, but I'm really not sure on the game. I feel like it's no, actually I'm not sure it's a PC game. It's just fucking paving tiles. It could be anything. Grandma's Mafia Rampage Deluxe. No? Oh, it's because I misspelled grandma. Grandma Beth Linda's Variety Box. What the fuck? Sure. Oh, I was right about the generation and platforms. Okay, this helps a bit. I'm not sure if it does, actually. Something about this does seem familiar, though. I hope this doesn't end up being something I've actually played. God. It's such a wide range of things it could be, though. Like this... I don't think this is a view from... like the player view at any point. This seems to be like a pulled out camera view of the scenery, which makes it more difficult. I don't suppose any of these are going to have the HUD up, because that would probably give it away. Although, maybe not always. Seems like a semi-realistic thing, at least. I'm not seeing any fantasy things here, or... a part of my mind went to Lost Planet, but I don't... Not enough snow and shit. Not that Lost Planet is semi-realistic, but... Fuck it. Call of Duty. Oh god, there's so many, aren't there? Jesus Christ. The first Modern Warfare. No. Oh, this doesn't help either. It's a puzzle game. Okay. So that's why you're showing me so much scenery, because it's all pipes and tubes and shit. Unfortunately, I'm very unfamiliar with puzzle games, so doesn't bode well. All my mind is throwing at me is Factorio, which I know it isn't, because that's like a pixel game. It's not Portal either, unless... What's that fella? What's that? Is that a... That almost looks like maybe one of the turrets or something. Or am I seeing things? Well, I can't think of anything else, so... Port Sal. Portal Runner. Yes, clearly that should be the first result. Along with Warcraft 2. You're not being kind to me now that I've zoomed in, are you? Ah, correct franchise though. Well, that... Okay, yeah. That does make it a lot easier, thanks. Well, if it's not Portal 1, it has to be Portal Origins. You nailed it eventually. Can you say you nailed it after 5 guesses? I don't know. Okay, so that was the toughest one yet, which is odd because I've played both of those. Actually, I've definitely played the first one, anyway. Oh. Japan? Not as in this is Japan, I'm just thinking a Japanese game for some reason. Don't know what is giving me that vibe. Something about the sort of grainy, hazy texture. It's going to be like some Japanese action RPG, perhaps. Which sucks. Because, oh, name one of those. Really? Yeah. Of the 900. Yeah. Well, in terms of ones I know fairly well, the first one, I think. Yeah, I think it looks a bit too grainy to be Automata, which is the one I'm more familiar with. No. 91%. Oh, that looks very familiar. Right, got it. Pretty sure, anyway. Shadow of the Coconut. Yes. Because that either is or is a statue of one of the buggers, and you fight him and he falls off and all this sort of thing. Sweet. Oh, hello. Damn. The scenery makes me think golfing game, but I don't know how many anime golfing games there are, really. That's not necessarily anime either, is it? I mean, well, the eyes kind of. Yeah, that could be some twee JRPG thing, which I don't know many of, so it's gonna be racking my brains for that too. It's not Final Fantasy. Don't think any Final Fantasy is. Well, maybe. I mean, there's enough of them. It's worth giving it a guess, isn't it? Because if you get the right franchise, then then you've got 15 to potentially pick from. Let's say 5. No, that's not 5. 5 would be V. Would it not? Oh, it is a golfing game. Okay. A very good golfing game, apparently. Shit. My knowledge of golfing games is even worse than that of JRPGs. I'm just Sacred Putt. That sounds like a sort of Japanese golfing sort of game. No? Is it because I did putt instead of put? No, I did put instead of putt. Mini putt, putter golf, putty squad, wipey out pure, putty, putt putt saves the zoo, putt putt travels through. Who the fuck is putt putt? Stop making me say so many plosives into the mic. Putter golf, sure. No. It was an N64 game. Oh, and they are showing us some HUD stuff. Still didn't tell me nothing, unfortunately. 231Y. This guy is 231 years old. Immortal Putt. That must be it. What was the other one that came up? Mini Putt. I don't want to lose on a golfing one. Oh, motherfucker. What's that bastard doing there? Then, if it's Mario Golf, why didn't I recognise any of these cunts? It's got to be... No, if Yoshi's appearing on the golf balls... This is a weird sort of logic. If there's Yoshi on the golf balls, it must at least be endorsed by Nintendo. But the way they are, or at least the way they were back then, wouldn't anything at all appearing on the N64 be endorsed by them? Not necessarily. I don't know. What was... Because they had that little sticker for a while. That was not a sticker at all. It was part of the thing that was like certified official Nintendo jabroni. Yeah, that's what it said. Maybe there's some weird custom characters or something. Mario Golf seems like the safest bet, I suppose. I don't know when that started. Go with the first one. It was Mario Golf. Great. So who the fuck were those other people? That's the real mystery now. That's what's worrying me. I have to look that up. That was fucking Maybelline and Terry, part of the Mario Golf franchise. Oh, hello. Oh. before I spotted this chap, I was almost thinking Grand Theft Auto or Hitman, but now... Okay, so military shooters, again, a wide range it could be. Unless that's another player character, it suggests third person. Something Ghost Recon, perhaps? Or Rainbow Six? No, Rainbow Six is first person, isn't it? Let's put in the old Clancy name and see what comes up. Fucking everything, obviously. Jesus, yeah, this hasn't helped. I'm not sure when the Ghost Recon started. I want to say it's not... Doesn't quite seem like it'd be the first one. Maybe 2. Helpfully, that's given us a year as well. Sure? No. Oh, hello. You're more of a distinct character, aren't you? Is that a kind of... Is that the... Unfortunately, being as I am British, I'm kind of attuned to spotting the flag wherever it dares show its face. So he's some kind of SAS guy, perhaps. He got 86 Metacritic score. Okay, so more of a war game then? So, But I see, yeah. Yeah, my mind went to Call of Duty World at War, but it's far too modern for that, and I don't think they had anyone with that haircut. Also, again, third person, but then maybe this is a cutscene. And there's a lot of war games. Alright, let's try one of the Call of Duties. Because the 2 major war games coming to mind are Call of Duty and Medal of Honor. For a while, growing up, was more of a Medal of Honor guy, in that I had a Medal of Honor game before I played any Call of Duty. Seem to remember it as I think my dad was into it more than I was, and thus we played it a lot just because you take whatever you can get someone to play with you, really. It was Rising Sun, and I remember we got stuck at like the 2nd level or some shit. Some hut, and there was a tank outside, and for the life of both of us, we could not work out the way around it. I mean, Dad, to be fair to him, was still trying to work out how to move the camera at the same time. But even I couldn't work it out, and that was GameCube era, so I was not inexperienced at that point. Anywho, fine. No, maybe this is Modern Warfare or Black Ops. They are on some kind of op, seemingly, and they are rather blacked out. Yeah, COD Blops 1. Let's say that. I think I've played that one, haven't I? I've played one of them. Back in uni. Ah, right franchise. Oh, but that doesn't help. Come on. You do that in every game, surely. But it's of the 360 era. Okay, well, these don't seem like Black Ops guys now, so maybe it is Modern Warfare 1. Call of Duty Modern Miracle. No. 2? Then? this point it feels like a bit of a crapshoot. Just going to go through. I don't suppose I can make out what that subtitle says. Nikosi? My friend from up here looks like the whole village is trying to kill you. The whole village. Maybe it's Black Ops 2. Which one was... Because there was one set in Vietnam, and without seeming subtly racist, I would imagine there are more villages there than in more Western developed countries, let's say. Maybe? If I get this right, then I'm definitely not racist and everything's fine. Shit! Fuck. 2009. Modern Warfare 2 then. It's got to be, hasn't it? Yeah, that doesn't super help me. Can't actually remember which ones I've played. I think it was Modern Warfare 1 that had the whole quote-unquote controversial airport scene. And then I think I've played Modern Warfare 2. Again, in uni. I think the only one of them I ever bought or rented was World at War. And then the others were just things that belonged to my flatmates, and it was the only game they would play, so I ended up playing it. Not that I'm having to make excuses to play Call of Duty. I'm neither a massive fan of them, nor do I hate them. Perhaps I would go so far as to say they are overrated, but could just be they're not my kind of thing a lot of the time. I'm down for a military shooter from time to time, but not as often as some people go for it. There we go. I would argue some of the difficulty there was just the sheer glut of very similar looking modern military shooters. It was very much of the brown and grey era, wasn't it? Well, we've come close, but we're on a streak so far. We're on a streak of 12. Oh, and now we're going to lose it all because of fucking Viva Pinata or whatever the fuck this is. That was a weird thing for my brain to think. My brain thought the grass is too tall for it to be Viva Pinata. I haven't played that game, and yet that's what my mind was telling me. It's not Spore either, but that's another thing that was coming to mind for perhaps general aesthetic and whatnot. And what's this here exactly? Is that a tiny wee path, or is that a ledge? An absolute ledge. Is this even... this could be water, couldn't it? Because water grass and lily pads, right. So that probably is a path over troubled waters. Are those steps? Is that even possibly a person there? A little man waving at us from the top of the steps. Hello? I can't zoom in any further, and you're not getting any less pixelated as I do. And it's hard to say if the art style is realistic or stylized. It seems realistic here, the closer up, but then these seem a bit more cartoony, maybe. think I'm going to have to throw out a wild first guess. Not much is coming to mind. It's not this. It's just what came to mind. No, it's not the Talos Principle. Okay. 87% on Metacritic. Oh, could be a puzzle game though, couldn't it? If it's doing mind-bending reflection shit. Could also just be a game with water in it, Steve. You don't get that fucking mind bent out of shape just because of water. Arid landscape. He says looking at water, but you know what I mean. Deserty kind of, yeah. Nope, still got nothing. Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. No. Ah, okay. Again, another one I feel like if you know, then you absolutely know by now. Oh, PS4. Okay, so what is going on with this shit then? Maybe it is. Maybe there is a puzzle game. Maybe I thought of Talos Principle for a reason. But it wasn't that. It was some other thing involving mirrors, reflections, and lasers in a kind of idyllic landscape. I can't think of any of the others. All I can think of is Mist, which was a really old one. Although, did they remake it? I have a suspicion they might have remade it in recent years. Fuck it. Give it a go. Oh, there were many. That doesn't help. And Riven, the sequel to Mist. Well, that... But not... That's the most baffling one of all. You haven't opted for Roman numerals or numbers. You've gone Mist, Riven, the sequel to Mist, Mist 3 Exile. Is that really how that goes? Let's see if we got the right franchise at least. No. Genre puzzle. Okay, so I wasn't a million miles off. I just don't know the title. What other ones are there? Superliminal is one, isn't it? But that's more indoors, I think. I don't think that has any settings like that. I own that, but I've not played it as of yet. I've heard it's very good. I'm probably saving it to do on stream. You're on stream now? Yeah, I know, but... Chunky Raft. No? Cheeky Raft. No. Oppenheimer's Last Hurrah. No. Barbie Dreamhouse. Brutal Legend. There we go. Yeah, that's it. The heavy metal biker game, yeah. Again, this is all in keeping with it, whatever the fuck it is. I want it to tell me the answer now, because... Oh, I think this is actually going to be the first one we don't get. Puzzle game. It's not Portal, we've done those. Cannot think of any. Mist, Superliminal, the Talos Principle. Nope, can't think of it. Gears of War 2. Yeah, again, that seems right. I just fucking don't know the name of it, do I? And it even tells you the developer when you get this far into it. But, no, I do not know, I'm afraid. The Witness, you fuck! Yes, that's the one that I wasn't thinking of because I couldn't think of it, but I've heard of The Witness now. That is... I mean, I've heard of The Witness back then as well. It was just between those 2 points where we needed the answer that I couldn't cover for it. The Witness, yes. Fuck. We got a streak of 12 though, that's pretty good. Failed. Maybe we'll come back to trying that some more then. Seems an interesting little aside. And what are we at now? We are at 2:38. Lovely time. Right, I'll go to intermission for a bit. One, to just sort of kind of stretch my legs a bit, work out what I'm doing next. Yeah, good-o. Well, that's very annoying. Since we were talking about puzzle games and whatever, thought I'd fucking play one. Unhelpfully though, it had a very nice title screen that said press any key to continue, and so clicking the transition in OBS took us to the far less visually appealing main menu. Anyway, it's Manifold Garden. And I suppose I had better change some of our stuff to reflect that, by which I mean settings on Twitch and hither and thither, because we ain't just chatting anymore. Now we're chatting shit and failing at puzzles. Good-o. Hopefully that hasn't broken everything. Don't seem to have. Yep, I will just check that audio's still okay since we're on a new thing. I need to talk a bit more because the delay was not enough. Cheers, me. Well, my voice is fine, or at least as fine as it ever was. Couldn't much hear the game, but then it's being a bit quiet at the moment. I suppose in doing these I'm going to have even less ability to test those sorts of things. So I'll leave it as it is for now, but yeah, as I say, I'm not necessarily keeping these, so it will only matter to live viewers anyway, I suppose. Yes, that seems about right, and we can still get the time up if needs be, but we don't need to be right now. Have I mentioned I'm shit at puzzle games? Some people may experience epileptic seizures when... oh, okay, is it that sort of game? Well, consider yourself warned. WASD. The biggest puzzle of all. Don't break through the glass ceiling. Oh, already you're doing shit, aren't you? See, I'm very much action game or possibly horror game oriented, in that I assumed this would break. Instead, we have a variety of things. Oh. Oh. Can I only do that on the stairs? Yes, the game seemed to say. No, the game corrected. Oh. Well, that's the baby one, isn't it? That's the first one. But at least we got that right. I can see my house from here. I live in one of these tubes. Some might say 3 in the morning is a bad time to try and do a puzzle game, but considering how bad I am at them in the waking hours, it's really no different. Are you telling me to just run through a window here? Shift is normally run, isn't it? not through a window, but rotisserie chicken. You like your purple, don't you? Nothing wrong with that, of course, but yeah, just saying. I suppose you like your green, depending on where you're standing. Oh, heck. Which way did I come in? Worry about it later. Cube. Oh. Lovely. Seems to be no limit to my rotational abilities, which is nice. Yellow cube. Simple child's block puzzles. No, they won't be simple pretty soon, I'm sure. Don't know if there's any story to this game or anything, or if it is just, here's puzzles, do puzzles. Which is fine as a premise. Not everything has to have a narrative, I suppose. But if we were going to invent one, I would say this is a futuristic dystopia. Where everyone lives in these tall columns like ants. Or the other insect I'm thinking of that actually creates things like that. And this is what you have to do just to turn your toaster on in the morning. Because, yes, our current civilization became so degenerate and stupid that there was a mass war. There was a big, stupid war. And the civilization that came after said, we must never repeat those mistakes. And so every morning, everyone must do mind-sharpening puzzles in order to keep them smart and not killing. Ironically, the Grand Masters of this new civilization sounded like absolute fuckwits who didn't know what they were talking about. But that was purely coincidental. I can't get my cube where it needs to go. You should see a doctor about that. Red and blue lets you through. Feel like I'm going backwards a bit now. Suppose I should get used to that feeling. There's going to be a lot worse feelings than not knowing if I'm going backwards, as to pretty soon I won't know if I'm going up or down. How do you stick there like that? Haha. That won't work. Oh really? It has to be on the other plane, does it? Wait, no, that surely not. Brain. Somewhere in there, there is a brain. The green is merely a means to an end. Is it just there for the fuck of it? Blue cube room. What are you about? Oh. Oh, that was easy. What? Is there really nothing else in this room? Is it just a cube tree? Why have you given me two of these if... I'm going to take this one with me. Because I don't trust you. Can I just wang myself right off the edge here? Probably. There's no jump in this that I've been told about, so we'll have to continue using our mind. That went well, didn't it? Using your mind, yeah, well. Oh, I see. I heard rumour that things get a bit Escher about this. Although it's giving me vertigo more than anything else. I don't know if I can see a connecting thing over there. Puzzle me silly. Oh, I see. They grow back. With a weird, almost dog toy-like squeak, but also something mechanical about it. Oh, the first one sounded like it squeaked. Whoa, what have I done? Oh, because it made that one disappear. Right. Then what are the second one for? Maybe I was right. Maybe these stairs are for something else. Oh no! Don't go backwards. Then you really will get lost. We haven't actually flipped about in this room, have we? So, but then, doesn't seem to be much to learn from the tree of knowledge. Fuck it, I'll leave the other cube here then, and just fling myself off the edge, I suppose. Not so clever now, are you? No. No, I'm not. Oh, heck. It's getting a bit dicey now. Why would it let me come over here if there's nothing to do here? No, see, you can't cheese it. You can't warp yourself sort of round a corner like that, can you? Oh, well, I don't know, actually. That one was a bit diagonal pants cheese sandwich, wasn't it? Well, now I'm on top of things, so to speak. Oh, see? Thought I had more purchase there than I did. There's no purchasing power in this household. This is probably hitting up against why I don't play puzzle games. Because it's all well and good when you're nailing the tutorial puzzles, but then you actually have to do something and you can't do shit. Okay. No, we just did that. And we just did that too, so at some point I'm going to have to drop off something. But I don't think it's yet. I can see now that the colours are actually probably very helpful in maintaining which way up you are. Is that anywhere new? Oh! Oh, I don't like that. I mean, very well done on the sound effects and the wind rush and everything, but makes my stomach do things. I wonder how many puzzle games you could do like this that are secretly horror games. Somebody's got to have done something like that, right? Where you start off in something like this and then it turns sinister. Maybe the real horror is that there is no terrible creature and you're just left to work things out with your own mind. The real monster was you. And your lack of intelligence. Good job this is reinforced glass, isn't it? Oh, I don't know about that, chap. So, I guess we're closer to that now, then. Yeah, okay. Whoa. I mean, I don't know what kind of being we are, but I can't think of any sort of humanoid that could land that on stairs like that. Surely you would absolutely break your legs and fall to your doom. But then again, we have gravity powers, so, you know. Perhaps we are immune to such foibles. Oop. See, I'm getting a bit too used to throwing myself off things now, which is a dangerous familiarity to have. Doorbell? See, I still don't know at what point I hit something that can connect me to that. Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't have to. But then what do you have to? Oh, that's oh. Oh no, it's starting to get to me. Should have called this game Flip Turned Upside Down. Oh, I really want to just fucking launch off there, but it's not gonna. Doesn't feel like much of a puzzle solution, does it? Doop 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 boo. Oh, don't know about that. I wish there was like a peak or a lean. Don't like how close to the edge I have to get. Yeah. Yeah. Don't know if I think I'm just going around in circles, I'll be honest with you, or squares. Is there a door back indoors? A window or something I can get through? I don't want to be outside anymore. It upsets me. Oh. Why won't you let me leave? I just want some toast. Well, early results were promising, but it's very much devolved into exactly what I feared would happen. Maybe if you die, it gives you a hint. Yippee! What? Yep. No. No. You can't just have me be right after the fact. Fiddlesticks. Well, okay, so now, airtime and momentum are things to take into account then. I thought that would be cheesing the puzzles, but apparently not. And now I guess we just go upstairs forever. Good cardio, I suppose. Yeah, he races up them, doesn't he? If this goes on much longer, I'm going to start getting Mario 64 chasing the Bowser painting vibes. In that I may just be doing this forever. Yeah, I probably have to do something else, don't I? Something involving the main mechanic of the game. Problem is now, do I accidentally end up going back down? It's hard to tell. Oh, I don't know. I don't like that. Don't. I suppose even the concept of going up is relative. Oh, fucking hell. I ain't got enough nuggets in my noggin for this. I mean, it would seem like get back to that. No, because all that is where we came from. I still don't know what that second blue cube was for either. And you never will. Maybe reaching this was a bad idea. You just never find a way out of it. Are all these other spots like people's apartment blocks or something? Every one is somebody's house. Somebody's house. Did you mean somebody? No, I meant somebody. Somebody's house. And they're all just trying to make some toast. I mean, if I don't flip at any point, then I am going somewhere. Right? Fuck, nearly going off the edge apparently. But it didn't look like there was any other points in which I was close to things, and this seems too familiar again now. Hello? No, not close enough. Gentle whale song in the background. Cowbells. Wind chimes. Seems appropriate sort of soundtrack. Be weird to have a puzzle game like this with a constant thrash metal soundtrack. Steve, you have to stop going up these stairs at some point. I know, but I don't know what I would do if I stopped. See, what is that? That can't be the same one as what I passed, can it? It can't, unless it's doing some devious, subtle looping thing. No, it's not that you're looping, it's that everything is just that similar. Unless it is all looping. That looks identical to... Oh... Something's gone wrong in my brain. Oh no. What side did we even come from? Where did we come from? Where do we go? Cotton Eye, Cotton Eye, Cotton Eye, Joe. That's how the song goes. Well, I have to chuck myself off something. See, that's the red blue again, isn't it? I can see it. I can see it with my eyes through the windows. That's new. You're new. Thank you for being new. But now we don't... This is where we saw. This is where we saw. But now we don't have blue cube. All of that. We should have brought blue cube with us. But we didn't. Piss. I guess I better go get blue cube. How's best to go about this? Probably some other way than what you're doing. Need to be high enough to be able to fling myself back onto something connected to that. Yeah, like that, kinda. Tell my family I love them. Oh. I'm not sure which is more steel in this character, his balls or his ankles. I don't much care for it. Oh, why do I feel like we've regressed? Because you have? Oh. Okay. Let me back in. Don't like it outside. Confuses me. Oh. Oh, got very windy there for a second. Yes. I think. Yes. Yeah. Couldn't just have a lift, could you? Had to be awkward about it. Right. Don't know, it feels like this is going to be 10 times harder doing all that shit with you. Can I keep hold of you as I fling myself off edges? I guess. Have to hope so anyway. Oh, but that... No, because you get all fucky, don't you? You can only be down. I suppose that narrows things down. Okay, is there any throw functionality at all here? Oh, didn't seem like it. No, it drops like a brick. Yeah, absolutely no throwing. Because then you'd have to consider all the physics of everything in this. No, essentially these weigh the same as a dying star, it seems. For all intents and purposes. Do you reckon I could just... No, you couldn't. But if it goes far enough down, then in theory, this is a bold theory, oh, it's going to do squiggly things to my stomach. In the history of bad ideas, this was a promising contender. Yee! Oh, I don't like... Oh! Whew. 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 That actually really fucking did something to my stomach. I was joking, sort of, but... Oh, didn't quite anticipate how much that would feel like a punch to the gut. It's just... That's a pleasing sound, though. I mean, it worked. I saw my life flash before my fucking eyes, but it did technically work. See, now we just have to... I suppose this has to be the right orientation now, because we can't change QB to anything other. I suppose it could just mean I've soft locked myself and fucked up, but... Oh! Sorry, I almost smacked myself in the face with my cube. Is it that the further you go up these, and every time you see something of the same layout, but maybe they're all a different orientation? If you follow my meaning. So that the restriction of this cube can't screw you over completely. Eventually you will find the right structure orientation. It sounds like wishful thinking at best, so yeah, well. Those seem like the right chaps, don't they? Oh, I'm actually like looking at this and tilting my head now, trying to make sense of it. It's like people wonder why animals do that. It's because we've blown their tiny minds, and now the creators of this game have done that to me. I am the confused dog in your silly puzzle. I see I've gone past it now, haven't I? Unless there's something. Not that, the other thing. No, it's gone again now. Okay. Thought I saw something off the edge. No, see, this seems wrong again now. No, I'm going to go back down. He's going down the stairs. We never anticipated that. They almost certainly did. And I suppose if I drop this cube off the edge, it will simply reappear, but reappear back on the tree, which is no good. Why can I not see what I was seeing before? I'm gonna go back up again. I've squaggled myself. I've dunked my head in confusion juice. I've gone bobbing for apples and come up with pears. See, that's where I need to get to, and I could probably manage it if it weren't for this cube bugger. But if that is there, then in theory another rotation of these should bring me to it. High Road Warning says, "Good evening, Steve. Your voice is acting as a great ambient background while I attend to life admin. Thanks for streaming. I hope you can get some sleep soon." Oh, no. I'm very glad. Life admin sounds wide-ranging and complicated, so best of luck with that. I'm rarely a fan of life and almost never a fan of admin, so... But I'm glad this is some neat background fuzz. That's sort of the idea of it, I think. And I can sort of indulge in things like this without fearing that there will be a permanent record of it and that I have to be doing well and not spending multiple episodes on one puzzle. That said, I would like to solve this because I thought I had it. It's just... Definitely had the right thinking. I think... When I was looking at it, the worst that could have been was that I had the orientation wrong. I suppose this whole game is... Do you have the orientation wrong? And now I've lost that platform. Until I find the next one. Because how we got to it before was definitely changing the orientation and from where we are, and we sort of flung ourselves off. But okay, well, let's... If I put you there, you're still there, which is okay, I think. So I can stick you to surfaces, but that's still no good, really. Stay there, I'm going to check something. Yeah, right place, wrong time. And by time I mean angle. If I'm not careful, I'm going to lose my cube. Which sounds like a saying for something else. Don't lose your cube. Let me think. What I can do with this cube is drop it. So, going by the logic I had before, if I can get to the stairs above that and then drop it onto it, that should work. But somehow we've missed it. So we're going to go up there, up another one. Yes, so when we're facing that again, we turn left and then turn right and we should be above it. In case you were wondering, I'm terrible at giving directions. Even to myself, apparently. So, yes, now we're... Now this is us facing that again, so to speak. So then where we need to be should be... I feel like I should be able to see it is the only thing. I'm definitely not going to drop this off the edge if I can't see it. Yes, I was... okay, good. The logic was sound. I need some way of making a marker there, really. I suppose I have to... If I can't see that bit, I have to judge it by that bit. Yeah, this... Oh, very little confidence in this. Oh, throw no marbles off the edge. Hui! Oh! God. It was no better the second time. I wonder if everyone gets that, or if that is indicative of... I don't want to be like hypochondriac about it, or if that's like an actual sort of vertigo thing. Thing is, my mum is very bad with heights, but I'm not, generally speaking. Yeah, I suppose it depends what it is, really. We stood on... Oh, hello. Oh, God. Whew. That's very imposing and sort of awe-inspiring. Well, I feel like I'm going to be judged for something by a galactic council. But not like one run by Jar Jar Binks or anything, like an actually intimidating one. Whew. Oof. I think I'll go back now. What was I saying? Oh yes, we went to a thing in Canada called the... I should probably remember what it was called. Actually, hold the phone, I've got it on a fridge magnet. 2 seconds. Glacier Skywalk, that was what it was. In the Rocky Mountains. And it's basically just a big jutting balcony of glass and presumably steel and things, but like a glass floor that you stand on, and so you can just sort of see down this cliff side when you're standing on it. And I was totally fine with that. My mum and a couple of my other relatives were shitting themselves and could barely stand on it, but I was totally fine with that. I think the difference is when I am in control of it. Something like that, I generally haven't been given any reason to distrust the engineering quality. If I saw like a screw fall out of one of the struts or something, then maybe I would change my tune. But no, I generally have no reason to not have confidence in that. And also, you know, it's been around for years. There were tons of other people on it. Imagine I would have heard something if it was if there'd been a terrible accident. So I was fine with that. But then on a friend's stag do, we did, rather than just going out and getting pissed like any normal person, we went hiking and rock climbing and zip lining and all this sort of shit. Which, to be fair, at the time I did desperately need to lose weight, so it's probably did me a favour in the long run. But even though we were like harnessed up to the gills and, you know, you're told all the safety things beforehand, I got quite spooked out on the rock climbing because I was in control. And if I fell, I knew I wasn't going to die, but I knew it would be my fault. And yeah, and it'd be unpleasant, much like that. So maybe that's the difference for me. If that fall that we just did was in a cutscene, for example, and I'm sure I've played, thinking about it now, hundreds of games with cutscenes like that, that wouldn't get to me. The opening of God of War 1 and all this sort of thing doesn't do that to me. But if it's made realistic enough, it can definitely shit you up. It puts me in mind of when I played Soma, and at the end of that you take a lift to basically the bottom of the sea. And I somehow screwed up and flung myself off the edge of it and landed on a narrow strut on the outside of the lift. And that was terrifying. And then, you know, there was no way back on. It was very much unintended in the game. So all I could do was throw myself off. And the game lets you drift down into the murky gloom for not a long time, but just long enough to get a real horrible sense of dread and vertigo. There's an episode of that on the channel, on both channels in fact, because I played that in October 2022. Super Angry Godzilla says, is this video game? This is video game. This is Manifold Garden on PC. I'm not sure what else it's on, but we're playing on PC. It's on Steam. It's a puzzle game to do with rotation and sort of MC Escher things, from what I've gathered. And a real horrible sense of vertigo, so if you suffer from that, maybe look away now. That one was a little less bad, I'll be honest. I don't know if it was the slightly drifting forward that helped it. What a conundrum. See, I'm not sure if this is the end I started at or not now. Probably best check. Yeah, I can see the cube out there, so I think this is... Yeah. See, I don't know if that just goes on forever or there is an end I could fall off. Oh, actually, can you see a speck of something there? It's actually flickering in and out of existence, so I don't know if it's a draw distance thing or... But the door looks a little different there as well, so I think I'm going to make a running jump for that. Yeah. Tiny little speck of a pixel. Gone and back and gone and back. Sure, in a never-ending labyrinth of identical blocks, that's something to aim for. This one might shit me up. Oh, is it better to look forward or down? They say don't look down, but... Oh, I'm going to miss it. Oh, I didn't. You got more forward momentum than I think whenever I do that. High Road Warning says, ooh, the theme behind Soma is terrifying. The one guy stuck screaming in pain in the printer or whatever. You're not wrong, but I love that you classed it as being stuck in a printer, which is possible in that universe, or whatever, and you have the option to just leave him there forever. Gives me the existential heebie-jeebies. Absolutely. It's Existential Dread, the video game, Soma. It's probably one of the best games I've played, probably in terms of writing and concepts and things. And just, yeah, it's sort of... It starts with quite a complex idea and then really dives quite, no pun intended for a game set underwater, dives quite deep into it. Explores all the different complications with it. Probably not good for anyone who wants like a definitive answer at the end. It's not one for closure in a sense, but it will definitely get you thinking. This is new. We've got something arguably alive in here. There's a sense of dread and sort of Roman pillars of a kind, or... So what are you about? Oh, okay, you're another cube, but you're trapped in time. What is that noise? I don't like that. What? Oh. Shifting shadows. See, again, I don't know if this game has a story, but it feels like it could have, doesn't it? Or I'm just sort of seeing narrative where there isn't, but... Are we really just leaving all that behind? For now, perhaps. Oh, it seems like we might loop back round to it somehow. Green. Green is not blue, so that's a sense of progress, if nothing else. Oh. Shrine to green. A place to put green. A green tree, if I had to guess. But we are not there yet. Oh. What? Not sure what I did there. I think space is the same as clicking. It is, in fact. Well, that's good to know. Is this red place the same as green place? No, because it seems to have a cube for us here. Or a button, rather. Hello, red house. That didn't even look like a door. Oh. Nope, can't hit that switch at the moment. You're an interesting fellow. You're not pick-upable. And you're unmarked. Oh, hang on. Well, that's very clever. Yellow. Oh, I see, much like before. Ah, is this the... No, this isn't green tree room, is it? I mean, it is when we do that, but... Oh, maybe it isn't. Ah. Something's amiss. No. Do you only have the one? The one fruit, so to speak. But that one has several. Make a thing to stand on with red. I guess. No. That doesn't actually even seem to open a door, does it? One to stand on, one to keep it in place. It's the best I can think at the moment. No, not high enough. Oh, actually, I suppose it can be any height, can't it? As long as I can still reach and pick that one up. Which I can't from there, right. This one's just a matter of finickiness, I think. Finickiness? How would you say that? There we go. Wunderbar. Oh, but you need a red one on there. Well, that's fine, because we no longer need you. Splendid. Whoa! Nearly walked out of there a bit too quick. Wonder if there's a mod for this called full damage mode. Just fuck you in that case, I suppose. 2 fruit. I will assume the other one is not superfluous. Take it with me. Soundtrack's a bit less grim. Have we done something positive in the world? I feel like I just activated a demonic 5G tower, so that didn't seem that positive. Yeah, best leave that alone, I think. I will say the sound design is on point. I don't know what that has done, actually, but never mind, find out. Well, we might not find out, but... So is this backwards or for... can't tell now. That one's got the goopy shadows. But this is yellow. Well done, Steve. Nursery Ant hasn't failed you completely. Okay, so in a similar way, loop round and at the end get something, I think. Oop. Purple tree. See, it did make a little squeaky noise. Don't know why. Ah, and yellow. Working together for the benefit of whatever colour I am. No, can't. Shit. Pretty sure that's the right idea, just the precision of it again. Yeah. Not the most precise, but it works. Power to the yellow door. Do we have any further use for purple? Don't think so. Now we have yellow fruit. Okay, so we're activating all these demonic antennae for some reason. And they're all connecting. And the soundtrack seems to think this is significant, shall we say. I can't say if it thinks it's positive or negative. I see, the red one is connecting to there, but that one's covered in goopy shadows, so I don't know if it'll work. Go away, goopy shadows. And once we do all 4, it'll give us the cube in there, I suppose. Alright then. So there was actually a way through. the green one. We just preemptively gave up on it, I suppose. Whoa. Oh no! Oh fuck! I've done it now. Oh, I'm so sorry. Got complacent. Somehow we're fine. It really is just an endless loop. Okay, that takes some of the stress out of falling off of things. You do need to know, you don't need to know which way is up, you just need to know which way you were previously facing, I guess. I see. This is tried and tested at this point, I think. Well, hang on. Maybe actually try and test it first before you get cocky. Alley hook? No. Needs to be high enough to both pick up and drop off. Which that ain't. There we go. Oh yeah, we're getting very Escher now. All this blue and we need a red. Where are you hiding, red? Is there actually 3 on this one? Gotcha. Oh, I'm losing track of myself. Okay, yes, switch is more or less over there. Okay, yeah. I've worked out enough to know that this one is quite complicated. And with no jump button, that does pose a problem. See, I don't even know how I get to this middle bit. Let's take one of you with us. On the off chance it can help. No, I'd need to be completely upside down to get that one. Yeah, that ain't it, Chief. Maybe we need both of them up here. Very loud boots, it must be said. Oh. Okay. Felt like I slightly cheesed that one, but... High Road Warning says, I'm off to bed, have a good night. Fair enough. Thank you for tuning in, especially on this first one of a wonky new thing. Appreciate it, and nice to chat with a fellow appreciator of Soma. Yes, I probably won't be much longer, because ones like this are going to test the limit of my remaining brain juice. It's, yeah, I was going to say it's a puzzle, but, you know, fucking obvious. So we can get between these two, but I just can't work out where to put this bugger. I feel like I need to sandwich one in between them two, but I can't do that. Well, that's all well and good, isn't it? But that doesn't... I fear this one might have us stumped. Okay, I would need to get that to there somehow. To the other side of these stairs. These will always be facing down. I was hoping saying all that out loud would prompt some kind of idea, but it hasn't. Let's stare at it a bit longer, maybe it'll come to us. Red block want to go down, but first need to go up in order to go down. But these blocks only want to go up, in a sense. It's genuinely making my head hurt. That? Is that going to be it? That's all I can... It's the closest to any kind of idea. Giving me some funny musical cues, it must be said, game. Oh! Is that because I've worked it out? I've cracked the code. Da Vinci. No, MC Escher. Now I just got to get the right way up again. What is the right way up? It's not really feasible in this game, is it? Yeah, well done. You got it that far, but now what? Yeah. Is it going to immediately fall from there, or will it stick there now? Ah, no, you have stuck there. So that's progress, I think. Oh, okay, that kind of threw me off in more ways than one. I feel like I'm almost there, you know? Got the right idea, we just need... We just need to stand on ceremony. What? Yes, in a way we're making stairs of our own. Kind of. Whack. No, I need to be on top of those, because that's the only way it's the only way I can reach the other one. Dang it. I'm not even sure which way I am now. I'm the blue way, apparently. Well, that was just silly, wasn't it? Yeah, great. No! Shit. Okay. We just need a better kind of standing point from these two. Perfect. No, very much not perfect. No, you fucked it all up. You cretin, you fool. You violated my daughter. And now you've stolen my family fortune. Oh, fuck. Made sense for like half a second. I'd like to manage this one before giving up completely. And of course, there's the... It would have probably been easier this entire time with a third cube. Or a fourth cube, technically. The missing piece. Ha. And now we just... Just what? I've almost got it, I swear to God. Yes, yes. Yes. Oh, no, that's fine. I think. Let's say that's fine. Yeah, it's on the right one now. Now I just need to be that way up in order to move it. No, I'm confused again. That's not going to fall off now. I just need to be the right way up. Which I guess I can do this way. Yes. Thank the fucking maker. That didn't open the door I thought it would. What? Or maybe that is the door I thought it would. Who really knows? Who really cares? Door open. That's the main thing. Trees are green. Oh shit, sorry. Well, in a way, it was telling that we skipped you right at the start because you were the most challenging of all. Oh. Whoops, I did make a black hole. That doesn't seem good. Sorry? Or just sorry. I didn't mean to do that. That was no ordinary cube then. I thought it would dissipate whatever this is, but it's made it worse. Oh, I can dissipate it. Ooh. It's a rain cube. What does that mean? What does weather mean in this realm of existence? I can now make it rain? But in a far more sinister way than the way you might at a strip club. Well, that's debatable, I suppose. It want to go there, does it? I assume that. Someone's really going at the harpsichord. Not harpsichord, xylophone? Yeah. Oh, I don't know where I'm going, but it's all very oppressive. Sure, I'll come back in here. Well, I don't know where to go from here, so we might leave it on this very grim note. Whoops. Oh, what? That seems bad. What is that doing if I leave that alone for too long? Oh no, that wasn't where I was somehow. Right, so you want to go there. I think that's just a case of going round again. Although, can I go round again with you? You're not acting like the other cubes, so maybe I can. The Nintendo Rain Cube. Although it's still got a direction. Yeah. No, you've still got that same damn restriction. Oh, lightning as well now. I don't know how I'm going to get you there then. Well, if there's one above, then in theory there would be one below. The answer was simple. Throw yourself off the edge. Not the answer to all of life's problems, I must insist. Legally. But maybe this one. Whoop! Oh, it's a cube within a cube. I am the Rainmaker. My amp is feedbacking. Oh! Oh shit, I didn't leave it up there, did I? Oh no! Oh fuck. Oh, scuppered at the last minute. Because I dropped my cube. Oh no! Oh, and it resets you, does it? Calm down, Christopher Nolan. Hoop. Yeah, don't drop it this time. You can drop it down there, probably. That's probably safe. Oh no, I can't even get up these simple steps now, and... Hang on. No, I can't rotate either. Oh dear, I fear I might have buggered myself here. Why are my rotational abilities gone? Without rotation, I'm nothing. Fine, fuck you. I don't need you anyway. Take me, God. Oh, damn it. Okay, one more go, then we'll wrap it up. Just to see what this bloody rain box is actually for. Don't drop it. There we go. Seems like it wants to be near that. Oh. Sorry, I don't speak geometric God. It's the Nintendo Cube God. Hold E. Oh, thank you for telling me, game. I didn't quite know how interactive this bit was. Burbs. In my MC Escher. It's more likely than you think. Oh, okay, only two. Only two there are, no more, no less. Well. Oh. I was going to leave it on the nice thing of the birds, but no, we've gone back to a horrible geometry cathedral again. God, it just goes on and on. Oh. Rainbow tree. The best tree of all? Oh, I don't know if it is. It seems to be... No, it's creating infrastructure. That can only be a good thing. Thank you, Rainbow Cube. We don't understand your light refractory ways, but there is now life in this otherwise cold, dead, geometric universe. Which seems like a good place to leave it. Yeah, more shit down that way. Well, cheers for watching the first of these whatever things. That's a very weird sensation, isn't it? It's almost more torturous in a way, isn't it? Wonder how long it took someone trapped in this to throw themselves off the edge and then despair at the fact that all they did was just end up back where they were. Or is it possible to fall forever? Yeah, I guess it is possible to fall forever. Well, we've created a world of falling and birds. And goop. It's something. Anyway, yeah, about 3.5 hours. Cheers all for watching then. As ever, I don't have good outros for these. I do have a new outro though, but for these, it's not much, but it's just what it is. Cool. Get some rest, I guess will be the thing I end on. Thanks for joining me in the witching hour, the graveyard shift.